Welcome to Profit Insights, where we dive into the latest market moves and financial stories. I'm Dusty, your guide on this journey through the intriguing world of finance. Let's unpack what's been happening. Yesterday, U.S. equity benchmarks wrapped up a rather mixed day. The S&P 500 dipped slightly by 0.1%, taking a breather after 3 days of gains. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose by 0.9%, bucking the trend and showcasing a shift towards more stable stocks. On the other hand, the Nasdaq fell 0.8%, highlighting some profit-taking in the tech sector. Small-cap stocks shined as well, with the Russell 2000 climbing 0.9%. Tech stocks took a hit as investors seemed to pivot away from these high performers. Nvidia and Microsoft were among those seeing pullbacks. In contrast, healthcare stocks led the way up, especially for the Dow, with Amgen and United Health each jumping over 4%. Merck and Johnson & Johnson also added to the gains. Tesla, often a market mover, struggled due to renewed tensions involving Elon Musk and President Trump. As we move into earnings season, anticipation is in the air. MSC Industrial's outlook wasn't too rosy, expecting around a 22% decline year over year. Meanwhile, after the bell, Constellation Brands and Greenbrier had the spotlight, with expectations closely watched by investors keen to understand the broader economic impact. Tariffs and mixed guidance are also adding a layer of complexity to the overall earnings picture. Now, let's talk about the U.S. economy. The recent JOLTS report indicated that job openings held steady at 7.8 million, while hiring dipped slightly. The labor market remains tight, underscoring ongoing economic strength. In the bond market, Treasury yields stayed near multi-year highs, reflecting uncertainty around Federal Reserve policies. The manufacturing PMI showed contraction for the fourth month, but there was a slight uptick from May, driven by an increase in production. However, new orders were down and employment saw further contraction. On the services side, the PMI indicated growth, albeit slightly slower than the previous month. Despite ongoing tariff worries and cost pressures, the sector continues to expand. Looking ahead, analysts are keeping a close eye on next week's Federal Reserve meeting. Interest rate projections could offer fresh insights into the economic landscape for the rest of the year. While growth persists, there are clouds on the horizon with inflation and trade tensions. Chris Williamson from S&P Global mentioned that the future might be challenging, especially if recent inventory-driven production doesn't hold up. Now, before we sign off, a quick investment tip: diversification remains key. As we've seen, sectors can move in different directions on any given day. Balancing your portfolio across various areas can help weather market volatility. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Profit Insights. I'm Dusty, reminding you that when the dust settles, only the truth remains. Catch you next time.